Alright, ready for deck building here. Go ahead and start with the artifacts that I know we're getting in. Rusted Sentinel is not for sure going in. I guess it's an option though, so I'll keep it in mind. Land War Elves definitely in. Don't want to play these Titanic Growths. Raven Growth in for sure. Plummet's a good sideboard card to keep in mind. Want both of the webs. Dungrove Elder is a beater. Archdruid's going to power out some absurd turns, hopefully. I think we want the Rhino in, just as a big dumb beater. Definitely Overrun, definitely Fireball. Lawkeeper's in, Stave Off's in, Pacifism's in. Purge we'll keep in the board. I think the Mighty Leap's gonna warrant consideration. I'm gonna put 2 Auramancers in for sure from the start. We'll leave the third one in the board just in case. Benelish Veteran seems like it's gonna be worse than the Auramancer, but I mean, we don't really have that many things to get back. The good thing is that Arachnus Webs tend to have a tendency to get knocked off one way or the other, so those are, you know, things that you'll usually get back, but don't know if we're going to necessarily have to run 3. Salt Griffin's definitely in. Stonehorn Dignitary is worthy of consideration, but probably not an auto in. So, I mean, this is 23 right off the bat. Let's take a look at how our curve looks here. Let's put these down. Satchel. Arachnus Webs. I mean, this deck's somewhat hurting for, you know, real removal. All we have are the kind of pacifism type effects, but again, in a deck that's just trying to punch through some damage and then overrun for the win, it's probably going to be enough. I'm not upset about any of the cards that we're leaving in the sideboard so far. Brindle Boar's not very impressive, and if you need the life, I guess you can side it in once you've seen the aggressive deck. With Plummet in the board, you know, we can bring something in against Flyers. Titanic Growths, I usually bring them in against illusion decks more than anything else, and all of these guys are fine, but nothing that's really worth crying over. Let's take a look at color sort. I think we're gonna add lands. I think 1 mountain should be fine with the rampant growth. Definitely want. I think we can get away with 6 planes here, because having an Arbalest Elite on turn 4 is not the most important thing in the world, and it's not like we really need to leave white mana up for very much. Occasionally Gideon's Lawkeeper, but if you've already got the one to cast him, you've got it. And then same thing for the Arbalest Elite. I think it's going to be rare the occasions that we want to actually tap something and use the Arbalest Elite, so don't have to worry about having that much white mana up. And then yeah, just having another forest makes it easier to cast Overrun, makes Dungrove Elder Belt better, and it may be a little bit of overkill with the Land War Elves and the Elvish Archdruid, but you know, you really need to have the triple green, and you don't want to have to tap a Land War Elf or Elvish Archdruid to get to the triple green, because then, you know, you're missing out on 3 or 5 damage or whatever it is. So I think this is fine. We have the Rampant Growth to fix the mana. It's, you know, we don't have to have a turn 1 Lawkeeper, and 6 planes I think is just going to be enough to get there. So we'll see how this does.